Okay, so here we go. Today Rohit is actually having his mango drink. No, he can have. He's 20, 30, 35, 30 years old anyway. So and has got no problems like Devashish and I to have. So he's welcome to have. Devashish, Bharat, Shomik, Gargi, and Rohit joining. Shubhain will also join. The Mohammad Shami story, the intrigue around Mohammad Shami. From what I have spoken to multiple people in the last 3 hours after Shomik gave me a tip, Mohammad Shami is fully fit. Mohammad Shami will be in Australia hopefully by the time of Brisbane and be ready for Boxing Day. Mohammad Shami should get the clearance without any problems in the next few days. We should expect Mohammad Shami to play in the Boxing Day test, is what I have been told. Today also he showed no discomfort. He bowled with intensity. Quote from the camp that the 4 overs that you bowl in a T20 match takes 8 to 10 overs in a Ranji Trophy because of the intensity. And Shami has not left the field at any point in time. That's the update from Mohammad Shami, which I've got. Shomik, Rohit, Devashish, Bharat, Gargi, all of them will pitch in. We've got plenty to talk about. Shomik, why don't you start based on what you told me and what you are getting from your sources? When is the NCA likely to give him the nod?
See, on November 12th, the day Shami got the clearance to play Ranji Trophy game, we wrote a story saying that Shami is likely to be available from the Boxing Day Test match, and it is panning out that way only. I mean, as I mean, you have spoken, I have spoken to people. What I have been getting that there was a concern after bowling some overs, he was developing a minor swelling in his knee. Now, I mean, gradually, it is no longer an issue. Just that he is needing a bit of a massage after a spell. That is it, and that his weight loss program is ongoing. And around by the time the Brisbane test, not before the Brisbane test, during the Brisbane test, he should be in Australia and he should be ready for the Boxing Day test match.
Okay, so we've also been just told that Mohammad Siraj has been penalized 20% of his match fee, and Travis Head and Mohammad Siraj both get one demerit point each. But why is Travis Head only cautioned and not penalized or fined his match fee is also a question that one might ask. Is FO any less? Why is Mohammad Siraj going to pay 20% and only sanction for Travis Head? We will come to that. But Rohit Juglan, from what I understand and what I'm getting on Mohammad Shami is it is just a matter of time. Now there is no problem in the last few games that he has played in SMAT. He is ready to travel and he should be given the clearance in the last next few days. Should be in Brisbane with the team if the team management is agreeable and should be ready for the Boxing Day test. That's what I am getting. What are you getting? Lay it out. And also, after you speak, we will put out the Shami bite where he had told us very categorically that he does not want to rush himself. Rohit Jugla.
Look, I don't want, I don't want to, uh, talk too much in detail what's going on here, because it's a meeting going on here right now. I've been told by my sources that there are some important people in the meeting. I've told this briefly in the in the previous show also, that there will be a meeting regarding Mohammad Shami, and it's right now it's going on. Apart from this, today only, I'm having a word with someone who was there in the ground when the match was on. After completing it, I don't know about whether he need massage or what Shamikda. But as per Shamikda, I'm not contradicting with his point of view. I'm just saying that again he was attended by, when his spell was completed. Again he was attended by few of the people, obviously the physios, and that's been a case with Mohammad Shami when he was playing the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. That he was being attended by, even today only after he completed his spell. Again there were 2-3 people around him in the boundary fences. Yes, he didn't went outside. He didn't opt out from the field. He didn't went for any kind of break in between. But that's been the case. It's never been a question that whether he will come to Australia or not. It's always been the question whether he is completely fit or not. And if he is completely fit, as Rohit Sharma said, the door is always open. But if he is not fit, And again, I'm saying what I've been told by someone who was in the ground for this game only, which Shami played today. After completing his spell, as per when he was batting, yes, he was looking absolutely fine. But the bowling point of view, the kind of way he was completing each and everything, there was questions around it. And as far as I said earlier, also that today also he been attended by. One or two or three people. There's not only one. There are two and three people who are currently attending means at that point of time attended him. There's a discussion still going on here, about him being included in the squad. But as I said, that it's never been a question whether Shami will be in Australia or not. The question was always whether 100% or a 90% Shami will be here or not. So if he's completely fit, he's most welcome, as Captain Rohit Sharma said. But if he's not 100% fit, and what I am getting that he's not a percent fit right now. So yes, means there could have been a discussions around that. Let's keep him with us for the next 10 to 15 days, and could be 26 December will be the day when they can, 25 or 24 December will be the day when they can decide that whether he's fit or not. So currently if he is coming here, my question is that whether he is 100% fit or not.
Okay. Shubhan, what I heard from my sources in the Bengal team that he did not have discomfort, and I said that on the show. Shomik also heard that. Rohit has heard something different from his sources. What are you getting? What is the update on Mohammad Shami? Because we also tried to speak to sources within the BCCI, and from what we understand, that in the next few days he will be given the clearance and he should be ready to travel to Australia. Before I go to Devashish, Gargi, and Bharat, what are you getting? Is he going to travel? Is he not going to travel? What is this mystery around Mohammad Shami? This needs to get clarified. I spoke to 3 or 4 people in the last 3 hours. Everyone is telling me he is ready now. What are you getting?
Absolutely. Again, he played one another game for Bengal and has completed his 4 overs, batted well. Intensity was high, pace was almost, he I think touched 140 also, 138, 137 was his constant speed, which always has been the case. And now he's looking extremely good. And there was never a doubt whether he can bowl longer spells or not. He has always bowled longer spells, and I'm pretty sure he can do it once again. And as I said in the earlier show, also in our earlier show, that Shami has been bowling uh, prior to the games, post the games, according to the timings of the matches, and has been taking certain kind of workload in a bit to show that he's ready for test format. And I don't think there will be any further delay. And as Boriada also said, I think he'll get his fitness clearance in the coming days. Now, when 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 does he get it? It now depends on the BCCI team, but there was no discomfort, or any issue with his fitness or his knee in the recent time at least, and no swelling. I'll again repeat, no swelling at all.
And Shubhan, what I have heard that in a couple of days his kit will be sent to Australia also.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a batter that he will carry. He has to. There's a kid, but his pads and other stuff don't matter. It's just the spike and himself that need to be in Australia, and I think that will be the case. One backpack with a couple of spikes in it, and a bottle of water, and he's good for Australia.
No, no, these
Okay,
batsmen take their batting.
Shubham,
These spinners take their batting
just
very
now,
seriously.
Shomik, 1 second. Just now, someone who just now, one of the sources is saying what Rohit just said. He's not 100%. Someone is saying he's not 100%. Someone is saying he is 100%. In fact, the source I just spoke to said, quote, if they take him to this particular series, they will be taking somebody who is not more than 80% ready. He will not be able to contribute the way Mohammad Shami has done in the past to this series, to the Indian cause. Just now. That is what we are getting. So two very different kind of perspectives. One, he is ready to go, that whether they will take him or not. The other, he's not 100%. So this is the kind of judgment that we are getting at this point in time. It's a very strong source. That's what I will say. Devashish, in such a scenario, when it is perhaps not 100% sure whether he is ready or not ready, what would you do?
Since the person concerned is Mohammad Shami, you should risk him in bringing him to Australia because see climate acclimatizing is a very important issue. When you are traveling, means coming from India to Australia, you need a certain bit of time to acclimatize yourself. Straight away, you can't just go and play and you deliver and you win the matches. That is not happening, obviously, and even more so if he still is not 100% fit. So he needs to come. The team management needs to the main who matters the most, irrespective of what NCA says or what the selectors feel. It's the main who matters. The captain, the selection committee chairman, and the support staff. They are the ones who's going to make a call whether Sami is fully fit and is match fit. If he is available for selection for the Boxing Day test. So the important thing is that if the selectors, the team management are on the same page, if they feel that Shami can be available, can make himself available for the Boxing Day test, all they need to do is to send him in the next available flight to Australia. He can be here with the team, acclimatize himself, train with the team, so that the team main who matters the most can assess himself in the nets, and then only can take a final call whether he will be available for the selection for the Boxing Day test. So it's not a point that from here you assess him or what you. The key will be if they consider himself to be fit for the Boxing Day test, he should be flown into Australia. He can practice with the team, and he can be assessed by the main who matters. Boryada.
Bharat, if there is a doubt like what we are seeing, multiple sources giving us multiple versions, if there is a doubt, will you fly him? If there is a doubt, will you take a risk?
Yeah, see, I will start with something else, slightly something else. Mohammad Shami is someone who's currently now, what is his age, 34 or 35. So he's getting older. Someone like Jasprit Bumrah, when he had that back injury, he's someone 6 years younger. So as you get older, it's a lot more difficult especially for a fast bowler to completely recover. So I can understand why the management is erring on the caution side, because he's getting older and he's returning from a very serious injury. So one can understand. If you want to, you can just see Mohammad Shami at his peak, and also Mohammad Shami who bowled in a Ranji Trophy or in a couple of Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy games. I watched video clips of it, and you can see side by side that with his follow through or when he zips through the crease, it isn't the same like it used to be. You can watch side by side those videos and you can see it's not the same. He's still somewhere struggling a little bit. That's what one felt while watching it. So one can understand why the management is erring on the slightly caution side.
Gargi, where do you stand on this? 90% Mohammad Shami, good enough? Not good enough. Would you risk it? Would you not risk it?
Take him. Take him to Australia. Send him to Australia. Get him on that flight already. Because I think at this point, India desperately needs someone like a Mohammad Shami. India desperately needs someone who's going to be drying up those runs, who's going to be bowling, very, very consistently and putting a lot of pressure on the batters, because that's where, if you look at the Adelaide Test, that's where we've been sort of lacking. And with someone like a Bumrah, you see that he's doing the hard work, he's carrying the team on his back, but you need someone from the other end to give you that confidence that Bumrah is giving you. So if Mohammad Shami is 80-90%, I'd say take him. Get him on that flight already. I completely agree with what Debashish also had to say about this.
Rohit, where do you stand on this? 80%, 90% yes or no?
Whatever, my sources are still not saying about 80% also. So, I'm not, as I was from day one, I was saying, I'm not contradicting anyone's, what I am seeing in the, Dilip Trophy, in Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, and what I saw in Ranji Trophy. I'm clearly saying on that basis that if you look, what is a fit fast bowler? What is a fit fast bowler? A fit fast bowler is someone who can, complete his spell. He doesn't need anyone with him. It's already 1 year. It's already more than 1 year, Buryada. Means Rishabh Pant came back from that horrific incident. 1.5 years took him. And Mohammad Shami is out with an injury, with an ankle injury. He did his surgery way back. And after that, Bumrah, we saw stress fractures, multiple stress fractures. He came back, in one year and some 1 year and 2 months or so. So my question is that if there is something which is, carrying on, and what Rohit has said, I'm not saying that Rohit was 100% right when he said that Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy he again got a swelling knee. there was something to it. There was something to it. What Shubhanda said, I not agree with that. That it was just a spasm. What happened to his lower back is not just a spasm. But what's continuously and kept on happening with him. I am not agreeing on that. That he was being just attended by masseurs and just having a massage. There were complete discussions on with him. There were complete 2 and 3 people attending him, and this isn't happened only on today's game. What I am getting from my sources means I had a word with a journalist, who was there in the ground. He sent me some, he sent me some photos. I can't use them because he said that I'm just sending it to you only. But I'll ask him if we can use it in the story for the Hindi show. Then I'll definitely show it to our, viewers. That he was being attended by after completing his spell, attended by the physios, and this wasn't the first time happening in a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy game or before that also. I'm totally agreeing that with what Shubhanda said, that after in the NCA camp he was having his pre routines and post routines and everything as per workload management. But the thing is that according to the NCA sources, he is not 100% fit. I am not saying that whether he want to come to Australia, send him to Australia, no problem with that, as Debashish Da has said. But what again, what Bharat sir told, that is he a investment for future? Are you trying to carry him on with the next WTC cycle, or you want to build up with someone like a Akashdeep or someone like a Mukesh Kumar, or some get into Mukesh Kumar getting into the squad, or someone like a Harshit Rana, or you want to persist with Mohammad Shami? How much after this Mohammad Shami is giving you is also the question for me. That are you trying to carry him on for another WTC cycle for 25-27 season, or are you seeing him for the Champions Trophy? Is he interested for Champions Trophy, or Indian team is interested towards him for Champions Trophy? What's the the longer plan for him? What's your vision for him? I think if he is in your vision, then give him the first business class ticket of Singapore Airlines, and tell him that come as fast as you can. Be here, be with the team. There are 3 physios here. We are here. Your team is here. Get into the groove of things. Start the practice. Start hitting the nets. Have that Kukubra ball in your hand and just bowl it around to Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli. But why they are not sending him is my big question. That if everything is right, what our sources are telling us, if everything is right, if there is no injury, if his bowling is pre-routines, post-routines, if everything is happening, then and if the captain has himself said that we welcome, if he's 100% fit, then we welcome him. The doors are completely open for him. Then my question is that who's stopping him?
Shomik, who's stopping him? What's the problem? Yeah, go on, Shomik. Before I go to Devashish, Devashish is writing to me. He has some news as well. But Shomik first.
There is one apprehension that no one wants a bowler to break down mid game, and there is still an apprehension whether he might break down mid game. Until and unless that is cleared, until and unless there is complete certainty about that, they are not trying to take a risk. That is the only impediment. Otherwise, I mean, Shami has been on the road to recovery, and like Rohit said, Rohit, I want to. I will just slightly disagree with you here. Forget about the future. Forget about what will happen in the next cycle. Right? This is the unofficial World Test Championship you are playing. Forget about the World Test Championship final that might be played against between Australia and South Africa, most likely. But this is the unofficial World Championship 5-match series. And as Sani Bhai says, in this game, you will never be 100%. You will be 90%, 85%. You will have to shoulder that on. And this is the thing. The only impediment as regards to not sending Shami as of now is that they are not sure whether he will break down mid game. That is the only concern.
Devashish, what news do you have?
Bodega, I just got a message from a CAB top official that Shami isn't there. So that is what we are getting to know, that Shami isn't there. But he cannot confirm whether he will be traveling to Australia or not. But according to a CAB top official. who is in the decision-making scheme of things in CAB, says that Shami isn't fit at all. So that's a big development. What Rohit has been saying until now. So that comes as a huge development for me as well, because just I got a message that Shami, maybe he is following our broadcast. So he says that Shami isn't fit at all.
Gargi, what we are getting from two Bengal sources are two different kind of news. One from within the Bengal camp, which is traveling with the team. We are getting Shami is ready. Devashish just got from CAB that he is not ready. So clearly there is a kind of there's no certainty. I mean, none of us can say with certainty that he is ready. So one has to absolutely wait for the NCA clearance. If that NCA clearance comes his way, then only can one definitively say that he should be sent to Australia. Because if you do take him and he breaks down, and you have a Mukesh, you have an Akash, you have a Prasid, and they have already been part of the team, then you're doing disservice to these fast bowlers, Gargi.
Totally. I think at this point you don't want. See, you can risk him only when he's 80 to 90% fit. If he's, let's say, 40% fit, will you send someone like a Shami who's, at the end of his career, he's not that young either. So that injuries will take longer to heal. He's got that surgery, and like Rohit also pointed out that he hasn't fully recovered somewhat from that surgery, from that ankle injury. So you need to think about these things and understand that. Okay, and understand that you know you need to put a number on it. I think you need to do a little bit of risk management and understand when you can send Shami, because if he's anywhere near 80 to 90% fit, I think that's where you can take a risk, but otherwise I don't think you should push him.
Okay, so Rohit, give us the update for tomorrow. Devashish has reported in the group that India is practicing tomorrow morning. So give us the update for tomorrow, and what are you getting? Uh, what is there any likelihood? Because the other question that we were saying, will you kind of consider Ravindra Jadeja in the scheme of things for Brisbane, given that Ravindra Jadeja's batting abilities in the 21 series was of massive importance? Or will India go back to Washington Sundar for Ashwin again, given that the batting is not holding up? Rohit Jugla.
There's a very good chance of adding Ravindra Jadeja to it, because because of what you said, Buryada, because the batting was the major reason why we are losing. It's not about bowling. I watching Twitter Spaces, watching other news websites and YouTube channels. Mainly everyone, and especially the fans, are obviously blaming it to bowlers, but they are constantly forgetting this, that after getting all out in 150 at Perth in first innings, it was the bowlers who made that comeback possible. But here also, if you see 150 all out there, 180 all out there, both first inning scores. And the major problem is with your batting, that no one in that batting order apart from Nitish Kumar Reddy, who was good with bat, but still with the ball, is he looking that potent? For me, not for now. There is a lot of work to be done, especially with his bowling. If you want him to do something like what a Mitch Marsh doing from the other end, yes, experience wise it will come, but I think there is a scope of improvement as far as Nitish Kumar Reddy's bowling is concerned. Batting wise, he has shown that what he can do, but yes, we need someone there, as someone like a Ravindra Jadeja, because I rate him far good than Washington Sundar. Yes, when it comes to bowling, and if you have any kind of assistance in the wicket, if you doesn't have any kind of assistance, Ravindra Jadeja cannot offer you anything out of that surface. And if the kind of rain happening there in Brisbane, I think there will be a good chance, Boryada. But again, the batting is a concern. If the batting was doing their bit, I can totally say this, that we can go with four fast bowlers, seeing the what the conditions are there. But yes, as per what our batting is doing currently, there's a good chance that you could add Ravindra Jadeja to it. But if the team management thought that, yeah, Washington Sundar can give us those runs, but comparison wise, Washington Sundar is nowhere near. So if you want someone to be handy with the bat, you need to add Ravindra Jadeja for it. But if there is nothing for the bowlers, then I don't think Ravindra Jadeja can give you anything with the ball. Yes, he can contribute with the field, but nothing with the ball. What I'm looking.
Bharat, Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Ravi Ashwin.
See, you would want to go with four fast bowlers at a venue like the Gabba because obviously Sanders has taken over as the curator, and over last 3 4 seasons, every single season we have seen more grass at the surface than what we used to see with Kevin Mitchell Jr. or Kevin Mitchell Sr. in the past. So at the Gabba, you would want four fast bowlers. So basically, it comes down to who is your one single spinner. It could be Washington Sundar. He gets a little more bounce of the surface, but it's very difficult to go with say more than one spinner at a ground like the Gabba. Just wanted to add one more point about Mohammad Shami. If you're taking to Australia, one more point is that in on those Australian wickets, you get these deep footholds. Right from Mitchell Stark to Wasim Akram, Anderson, everyone has criticized that by saying it takes a heavy toll on your hamstrings, it takes heavy toll on your knees, ankles. Even Australian fast bowlers have criticized all those deep footholds. So yeah, one can understand why the management is kind of cautious here of especially about a 35, 34-year-old fast bowler going to Australia and bowling in those conditions.
Shubhan, Priyanshu asks a very pertinent question. If he isn't at all fully fit, why are we risking him or his career in Ranji Trophy and Syed Mushtaq Ali? That's something that one needs to ask as well. 8 games in 16 days. Why is 4 overs every day not going out? This is becoming an incredible mystery, and you need Sherlock Holmes to solve this. But where do you stand on this?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Although they're completely two different formats in T20 and Test, but the point is he's working off the match timings as well during the morning of the match or during the evening of the match or practice or things like that. So his bowling is taking a certain load, and for that for his system in the longest format. So. Risking him there if he's not fully fit is also a good question, very good question, and I think we should definitely ask this to Rohit or to whoever comes from the team management. So it would be pretty interesting. That question is really good one, Priyanshu. But the thing is, Boria, see again, if he's not fit, you wouldn't. Shami himself would not risk himself. Remember, there were reports that he would come back to Bengal team in during Ranji Trophy way earlier than he actually did. But that's the case because he did not want to rush himself with the kind of injury he had. He had played the entire World Cup with injections. And one thing about Mohammad Shami, I don't think we value Mohammad Shami as we should. Be it after 2015 World Cup or 2019 World Cup, there was question mark to his place in the ODI format, a format which he has excelled. A World Cup he has excelled in 2015, 2019, 2023 also, but 23 he was warming the bench before Hardik Pandya got injured. So we don't value him if we were talking about Jasprit Bumrah here, we would have said, "Arey, 80% Bumrah, let's take him. We need him. We want him there." So and then Akashdeep, Mukesh Kumar, Prasidh Krishna, Yash Dayal, all of them who are here, I think they deserve to play Test cricket for India. But this is a do or die situation for India in terms of qualifying for the WTC final. So I think desperate measure call for desperate situation call for desperate measure. So if Mohammad Shami is bowling, he has 10-15 overs in his legs, which he has done for Bengal in the Ranji Trophy. Then why delay? Why delay? Bring him, and he won't play all 3 matches or all 2 matches. He will play just one, or if he's playing three, then he's available for three. Then he will play for two. If he's available for two, then he might play one. And remember, Melbourne will be a spicy pitch. It is not a typical Melbourne pitch that used to turn, that used to have soft bounce, but it will be a feisty pitch that has been the case in Sheffield Shield. So you need a Mohammad Shami to support Jasprit Bumrah, who might need at least a one match rest in between these next 3 matches.
Clearly, the house is divided here, and just like everyone else is, Mohammad Shami, the mystery is still there. We don't have clarifications officially from the BCCI. We don't have clarifications officially from the NCA. We've heard what the captain said. Gargi, can you play the bite up where Mohammad Shami had said that he will not rush himself? Exactly what Shubhan said. So the question from Priyanshu was extremely valid. Play that bite, and I will go to Devashish on that.
मैं जानता हूँ कि काफ़ी टाइम हो गया टीम से बाहर रहे हुए, मतलब फिटनेस पे वर्क करने में, लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ कि जल्दी से आऊँ, लेकिन वो भी नहीं चाहता है कि मैं थोड़ा सा डाउटफुल जाऊँ। मैं चाहता हूँ स्ट्रॉन्गर, जितना भी मैं ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग होगा उतना ज़्यादा मेरे लिए बेटर होगा, उतने कम चांसेस होंगे इंजरी के। तो बेटर है कि आप एक दो चांस ना लेके आप फुल फील करके उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग होकर तब जाएं जब ज़्यादा बेटर लगेगा।
Can we see you in action for the series against New Zealand?
देखिए, मेरी सबसे पहले कोशिश तो यही कि अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग किया जाए, कंप्लीट आप अपने अपने फिटनेस अपने कंप्लीट कीजिए। उसके बाद डजंट मैटर बांग्लादेश, न्यूजीलैंड या ऑस्ट्रेलिया, डजंट मैटर, ठीक ही रहे। बॉलिंग तो स्टार्ट कर दिया है, लेकिन मैं चाहता नहीं कि कोई भी डाउट हो मेरे माइंड में या कोई भी डिस्कम्फर्ट वाला फीलिंग आए। जब तक मुझे 100% फील नहीं होगा, जब तक मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा कि हाँ मैं हर तरफ से फ्री हूँ, तब तक मैं एग्री नहीं करना चाहता। चाहे डजंट मैटर कि मुझे कौन सा फॉर्मेट खेलना पड़े या मुझे कौन सा टीम के अगेंस्ट खेलना पड़े, हो सके चाहे डोमेस्टिक हो, मैं उसको भी खेल लूँ।
Devashish, you were the one who asked this question about a couple of months back, and he kept saying, I want to be fully fit, only then will I come back. The fact that he's come back, the fact that he's played 8 matches plus one Ranji Trophy game, what does that tell you?
But the point remains is that he's playing T20 format, and the real test will be to sustain that pressure of being on the field for 90 overs. So test match and T20 format, yes, he has played 8 matches in 16 days. He has bowled 4 overs. He has been on the field. He has been treated with, but at the same time, the rigors of test matches that will test his fitness and to be on the field in hot conditions, as was the case in both Perth and Adelaide, it will really test his fitness. But having said that, as I said it in the 12 p.m. show as well, that when you have to trust a player of the stature of Shami. It is the same player who has played that 2020 World Cup, 2022 2023 World Cup with Scottish and injections. I was there in 2015 World Cup. If you go back, he took injections then as well. In 2015 World Cup, he took injections and played in that World Cup as well. So when it comes to Shami, you can always trust his dedication, his honesty, his hard work, because that is why he has been a player who the team management relies heavily upon. But when it comes to fitness, is the completely two separate formats. Buriada, Shahid Mustaq Ali Trophy and playing in a test match, it's a completely different propositions. But if the team management uh, reckon that Sami can make himself fully fit, match fit for the game against Boxing Day, then perhaps this might be in the next couple of days will be the ideal time for him to fly down and train with the team and be reassessed by the team management. Rather than assessing his fitness there back in India, he should come and join the squad and practice with the teammates.
Devashish, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I mean, you need to get back. Thank you very much for joining. Shomik, where do you start? You want to go for dinner? Okay, Shubhan, okay. Quickly, one more question. Devashish, I'll let you go. Shubhan, one more question, and then you can go and have your dinner. What are you having? Don't have Tim Tams for dinner.
Nah, desi Indian food.
Arey bhai, try something different. Why desi Indian food every day? Try something different.
Very expensive, very expensive.
Okay, ठीक है. Well, wait for 10 days. We'll go and try Japanese and Indian cuisine. So anyway, where do you stand on the spin question? Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin, Washington Sundar.
I think Boria, given the number of left-handers Aussies have, I think the only option that we can use is possibly Ashwin or Washington Sundar. I think Ashwin, he was not up to the mark with the ball once again. Although spin pink ball test, the match finishing within 3 days is a pretty rough assessment for Ashwin's bowling. But whatever, even Nathan Lyon was pretty ordinary, to be honest, with the pink ball. The pitch, yeah, or the conditions did not do justice to what they could have extracted from a Melbourne or a Sydney pitch of the past. Uh, but I think it will be either Washington Sundar or Ravichandran Ashwin. I don't see Ravindra Jadeja playing any sort of role, maybe in Sydney, but not even in Melbourne. It will be either Sundar or Ashwin. I think Sundar's chances are more with the red ball. And to be honest, he has not done anything wrong also in the few matches that he has played on the trot. And it was, I think it was pretty harsh on Washington Sundar to be dropped for the pink ball as well. But the team management decided on Ashwin. But I don't think Ashwin has justified his place. And it could be a very harsh assessment for a legendary bowler like him, but that is the truth. And even Ashwin would know that he could have done better with the line or length, or he was trying too many things, is what I could gather in the Adelaide Test. So I think Washington Sundar will be back in Brisbane, and then that could assist for someone like who likes to bowl with a top arm action, and he could extract a lot from that pitch, and he has showed that characteristic of managing his speeds really well. So he knows that he has mastered that from the T20 game. So I think the team would be back with Washington Sundar in Brisbane.
Can I add just a point, just one point?
Yes.
Yeah, I would slightly disagree with my colleague. I guess I think Ashwin bowled decently well. He was decent to good in that Adelaide Test. You have to remember Travis Head was going after the bowling, and he kind of experimented quite well. But I guess it comes down to Ashwin's batting. I'm not very sure Ashwin's batting really was not exactly up to the mark, in the sense that Australian fast bowlers are going round the wicket and trying to bounce him out. Somewhere it seemed like he had some trouble against that kind of line. So from that perspective, maybe Washington Sundar can come into the question. But one thing that goes in Washington Sundar's favor is, with time, especially after he worked with Sriram, he's someone who is really imparting a lot more overswing than he used to. So he has also improved his bowling in that sense. So, but I think it comes down to Washington Sundar's batting ability being maybe slightly better than Ashwin, especially considering the fact that Australian fast bowlers are bowling a lot of bumpers at Ashwin.
Yeah, and I actually agree with Bharat that Ashwin did not bowl too badly, but I don't think at the Gabba there'll be much assistance for the spinners in any way. So that's where, and with the batting not holding up, India might just take that call. Shubhan, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You have to have dinner. One more question for Rohit, and then we can continue. Rohit, you can also after that leave and go and have your dinner. But except this
I
one
had
change.
my dinner, Burida. I had my
Okay,
dinner.
super,
Yeah, yeah.
super. So, except this one change, which might just happen, do you see anything else happening? Do you see any other change? Do you see Akashdeep coming in? Will there be a kind of reaction to Harshit Rana, or would you persist with Harshit Rana, given that the Gabba wicket should assist somebody like Harshit Rana? Before I go to Gargi.
For me, Burida, for me, yes. As far as the changes are concerned, I think if you give Harshit Rana another game, and if you think that what if the performance didn't come up, on that particular ground, knowing the conditions, Gaba, as Bharat was also telling us earlier, plus what Shubhanda has said, and the continuous rain, I think. Won't be much of a gamble if they go with Akashdeep also, because there will be some lateral movement and something for the kind of bowler what Akashdeep had in him. So I think that they can trust on Akashdeep also in that Gabba conditions. But if you see like to like for an Harshit Rana, there could be Prasidh Krishna who can hit the deck really hard. The ball coming up from he had this good height. Both of them, I think, both Harshit and I think Prasidh Krishna, they are both 186 centimeters. I think so, quite similar with their height. Yes, physically a little bulky one Harshit Rana, and Prasidh Krishna a little slim as compared to him. But yes, I think that they both can have similar kind of effect. Yes, Prasidh Krishna, I don't see him bowling those tight bouncers what Harshit did in the Perth Test. I'm not seeing Prasidh doing that, because I haven't seen him doing that kind of stuff much. So yes, that's my only thing, that what if the kind of bowling Australians did in the second innings, hitting the helmet of Harshit Rana, hitting to Jasprit Bumrah or to Mohammad Siraj, bowling bouncers to them, starting up with Yashasvi Jaiswal. Do you have any of them? If you have, why don't you use them? Why don't you use those plans against someone like a Travis Head when he was playing? So yes, I think there is a chance for Prasidh Krishna to come in place of Harshit Rana, and I think that will be one of the very short change, that in place of Harshit Rana you will come up with someone like a Prasidh Krishna first of all, and then could be a possibility of Akashdeep also.
So Gargi, he's actually saying hit the deck because of the conditions and Akashdeep. So where do you stand? Because if you get Akashdeep, Adelaide was more suited for him. But if you look at Brisbane, yes, there is rain, but more hit the deck. You will need a tall fast bowler. That kind of advantage. Prasidh Krishna has bowled well in that tour game. Would you be tempted to go with a Prasidh Krishna in case you want to change Harshit Rana? So two parts. Would you continue with Harshit Rana? Would you want to get in a Prasidh Krishna or an Akashdeep? Before I ask Shomik the same question.
I think Akashdeep could be a good fit for a track like that. And when we talk about seam movement, when we talk about the hit the deck point that Rohit was talking about, I think Akashdeep could be a good mold for that. If there's no Mohammad Shami, I think we have a similar kind of bowler there in Akashdeep. So would you drop someone like a Harshit Rana and go for Akashdeep? I'm not sure, but I have a feeling if it's going to be between Prasidh or Akashdeep, it might be Akashdeep.
Shomik, where do you stand on this?
I mean, to start with, I don't see Prashit Krishna playing. It's between Harshit Rana and Akashdeep. And as far as Harshit Rana is concerned, I will not start him after one bad game. That said, I'm a bit concerned about his bowling fitness. I said that yesterday also. In Perth Test, he didn't have to bowl long spells. In Adelaide, what we saw that as he was bowling during his later spells, he was seemingly running out of steam. He was losing his pace. As far as Akashdeep, although he is not a hit the deck bowler, but at Test match level, you expect a bowler to adjust. And once again, initially at the Gabba, the ball moves. And given the cloud cover, and Queensland is one area in Adelaide which is very prone to those thunderstorms and everything, overcast skies and all. So from that point of view, and when you don't have Shami, Akashdeep is almost a like for like. He is not a like for like, of course. Shami is a different league, different level, but Akashdeep is almost a like for like. So I would playing, and I would like to see Ravindra Jadeja playing. Although Washington Sundar has been a lucky charm, India hasn't yet lost a test in Australia with Washington Sundar in the team. They have won two, but he has proven to be a lucky charm, like Piyush Chawla was for MS Dhoni in ICC events. But given the quality and everything, I mean, Ravindra Jadeja towers above the rest.
Bharat Ravraj, Rohit Jublan, same question. Bharat, you go first. Adelaide, you always had that pink ball, 36 all out. We've not done well because of the pink ball, all of that. But Gaba, you will remember what happened last time. Washington Sundar played a part, Siraj played a part. Do you take heart from that? Do you actually say, oh, you know what, we were able to do it here? Let's do it one more time. A Siraj can get pumped up, a Washington Sundar can get pumped up. You've got Bumrah there. The team might just say, this is the ground where we were able to do it. This is the time to do it one more time. Bharat Ramraj?
Yes, the muscle memory is always part of it. See, if you have won at some place a couple of times, even if it is once, and it turned out to be one of the greatest wins, then you would definitely take some heart out from it, because you think, oh my God, we have achieved this before, so we can do it again. Why not? So yeah, obviously the conditions could be different, as Rohit sir himself is saying that there is enough rain at the Gabba, and yeah, when you consider that, it could change the conditions. Sandusky, now the curator is Sandusky, then it was Kevin Mitchell Jr., so the conditions are quite different, and there could be different dynamics coming into play. If there is moisture around, then Akashdeep could come into play, because he's someone who will always hit the seam. Someone like Harshit Rana or Prasidh Krishna don't necessarily always hit the seam. They get bounce, a lot more bounce, but this guy hits the seam more often. So he could come into the equation and all that. But if you won a test match there, that too one of the greatest ever wins in the history of the game, then definitely that acts as a muscle memory, good muscle memory, and you can take it to the next match that you are going to play at that particular venue.
Rohit, I'll give you the last word for cricket before I go to Atre on chess. Gaba, given the 2021 result, does that give you a high saying, hello, we've done this? Yes, we were bad in Adelaide, But that doesn't matter. Last time round, we created a miracle here. We have done this in the past. We can do it again. Will India take heart from that at the Gabba? And will that give the team confidence? Also back to red ball. Rohit Jublan.
I think what you said on the very last part, Burada, that will be very handy. The red ball coming back again with the red ball will be the most important point. I don't think that they will very much get into the thick and things of oh, we are back in the fortress, we breached it, and we beat Australia here. Oh, obviously, when you walk into a ground, whenever you go into as an individual, also whenever you go into a place where you did well previously, you will find a certain kind of positivity, and yes, you want to remember things from there. Obviously, Rishabh Pant will do a walk around that. Yes, there I had the winning runs. Me and Shubman had a chat there on the last night that we both can do it. So there were multiple anecdotes from all of this. I've got from your interviews only that what they were chatting and what they were communicating. So yes, there will be a good walk in the park. That yes, there we did that, there we did that, here we held the trophy. So everything will come back, but I think they won't forget this, that with these bunch of players and that bunch of players, there is a bit of difference. Virat Kohli was not there. Rohit Sharma obviously was there, but he was looking. At that point of time he was looking like a leader there. Again, Rahane was the leader, but Rohit Sharma was. You know, not officially leader, but looking like a leader. Here, Rohit Sharma is not. As I said in the afternoon show, that we caught him off guard multiple times. That be it about setting the fields, be it about bowling changes in his own batting. Caught him off guard multiple times. So yes, there is a bit of change if you see this team and that team. But I think that yes, they will feel a kind of positivity. But the most important thing will be that red ball is game. Now the level play field is again, the line for the run is very much equal now. It's not like that you have played 14 games with the pink ball. We have only played 4. We playing after 3 years. You are playing twice in a year. So it doesn't go like this. So yes, the major thing will be that we are again back with the red ball, and that will be the most positive point in this whole conversation. And yes, Gabba would add to it.
I'll let Rohit, Gargi, Shomik, and Bharat go. With the thought that we will join tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. India, which is 12 noon Australia. The Indian team is practicing at 10 a.m. Australia time in Adelaide. All our 3 reporters, Rohit Juglan, Devashish Sen, and Shubhan Chakraborty will be there to cover the practice. They will have a clear understanding what Rohit Sharma, and focus will be Rohit Sharma for all of them, what the batters are doing, who's batting where. Again, very important, who's batting with who. Is it Rohit Sharma at the top of the order with Jaiswal? They will get us all these updates. So join us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with our cricket reporting from Australia. For the moment, yes, Shomik, your last words before I let you all go. I want to take chess with Atru. You're more than welcome to stay, Shomik, as well.
Yes, yeah. I mean, before we move to chess, just one last word about Mohammad Shami. I mean, see, yesterday Rohit said he has a swelling on his knee. If that is the case, why isn't it he is at NCA? I mean, continuing with his rehab and bowling every alternate day in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. You very rightly choose Sherlock Holmes analogy. If this series were in England, as a reporter, my first port of call could have been 221B Baker Street.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I agree with you on the Mohammad Shami mystery. I really don't know where that is headed. We will try and delve more. I will try and write a column on this as well. But yes, I agree with you. Shomik, Gargi, Rohit, thank you very much for joining. Atreo, Vishwanathan Anand on commentary. I see no hope for Gukesh in this position. Clearly trailing. Can he somehow make a miraculous comeback? Otherwise, it's 6-all. Atreo. Shomik, you are welcome to stay if you want to. You're more than welcome to stay. Atro, bolo.
Yeah, see, it's not looking good. Not looking good for Gukesh at the moment, but it's not over. I mean, Ding Liren does have an advantage, but we can't say for sure that it's a very decisive advantage. Yes, the chips are down when it comes to Gukesh at the moment, but still some way to go. I mean, we can't say for sure that Gukesh is losing.
Yeah, that's I'm actually watching the live game here, Atreyu, and from what Vishy was saying, that Gukesh has no chance. I would say that obviously it's Vishy Anand, but from layman's understanding and looking at some of the other sites and some of the commentary, it's not over yet for Gukesh, Atreyu. It's not over yet, and he has to hang in there to try and see if he can put Dig under pressure. If he somehow is able to salvage half a point from this game, is that a possibility? What are you getting there? What is the kind of ambience? What's happening there, Atreo? Give us a sense of what's going on in the venue.
See, I saw Gukesh's father. Uh, moving around that outside that playing arena, and with a very very tensed look on his face. And yes, when Vishy Anand says that Gukesh has no chance, who am I to say that Gukesh has some chance? Of course not. But if you go by the bar and all that, then it's advantage Dingliren, yes, but not over for Gukesh yet. That's all I want to say, because I think there is still a chance of salvaging something from this, and for that he will have to play out of his skin and make some very very accurate calculations to make a match of this. But as we were discussing, that Dingliren will come back strong in this game. And although in the beginning it didn't look that good for White, I mean, Dingliren is playing White in this game, and now, gradually, as the match is going on, it looks like that, slowly but surely, Dingliren is taking a grip over proceedings. But some of the experts have also said that it's not over.
Time pressure for both, Shomik. Time pressure for both. 18 minutes or something less on the clock. Let me just try and look. And multiple moves to play, 15 to 17 moves to play. So there will be that blitz-like situation. Can Gukesh hang on? Will Dig make another mistake? Shomik, any question for Atra? Go for it.
Yeah, just one question. So that is, I mean, after Gukesh's win yesterday, Carlson predicted a Ding implosion. He predicted that Ding will now implode. That didn't quite happen, right? I mean, he has come back strong, and he has a very very good chance to win this game. Do you think it's sort of an anticlimax?
Shomik, you and me both have covered sports for a very long time to know that predictions do not always come true. And see, why do we discount the fact that Ding Liren is the reigning world champion and Gukesh is an 18-year-old? So who is the favorite in this contest? I mean, people said all sorts of things that Ding Liren is the underdog. I mean, that was I don't think that was very appropriate of anybody to make such comments, because in any sport, in any given point in time, if a defending world champion takes on an 18-year-old, there is no question about who the favorite is. And we have seen, and in last year's championship, that in Astana, that Ding Liren fell behind thrice. Thrice he considered the advantage, and three times he came back to win to clinch it in the tiebreaker in the end. So of course, who are we to say that Ding Liren is gone? I mean, after that one defeat, after yesterday's defeat, of course not. So that is what has happened today, and at some point in time, Ding Liren had to be proactive. Basically, what we had seen in this match so far was that Ding Liren was almost always on the back foot. He was trying to play catch up with whatever Gukesh was throwing at him. And today was Ding Liren's turn to be proactive and to take the initiative to force the issue. And that's what he has done. And at this point in time, Gukesh is undoubtedly under pressure. There is no doubt about it.
I'll end there.
And
I'll
we
end
are
there
not
with
saying
fingers
this.
crossed.
Magnus Carlsen was saying this.
But so,
I mean, we are
what
not
can I
saying
say? I
this.
mean, Magnus
Magnus
Carlsen said
Carlsen
that, then you
is
go by
saying
what
this.
Magnus Carlsen says.
But somebody
I
said
mean,
it right. That whatever
I
Carlson
cannot
has
refute
predicted
what
has gone
Magnus
right
Carlsen
so
said.
far. No, somebody said it that whatever Carlson has predicted has not gone right so far. We'll see. Fingers crossed for Gukesh. It's not over till it's over in sport. Will Ding make a
Yeah.
mistake? Will Gukesh come back? We'll get Atra and Shomik back at the end of the match. Hopefully, it's a good result for India. If it's not, it's 6-all and 2 games to go. It'll be a humdinger. We've got to wait and see what happens, because clearly Ding Liren is not going to give up on World Championship. his World Championship crown easily, and Gukesh is not in any mood to surrender yet. So plenty to play. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best. Akram
What we
Mukhopadhyay,
have
Shomik.
seen, what we have seen in this match so far, that Gukesh doesn't throw in the towel. He hangs in till the end, and there were situations when where he could have gone for draws. He didn't do that. He played on. He continued playing, and although he didn't win those games, but it showed that showed his tenacity, showed his willingness to go for it. So let's see. I mean, it's a little too early to predict anything. But as we all know, and as if Vishwanathan Anand has said that Mukesh is in an inferior position, then we are nobody to dispute it, are we?
We'll close it there. We'll close it there, and we'll come back at the end of the game. But fingers crossed for Gukesh. We'll see what happens. Akram Mukhopadhyay, Shomik Chakraborty, thank you both for joining. Thank you very much for
Right.
watching.
Thank you. Thank you.